Let's let it in, shall we? Boom, baby, boom. Rise and shine. It's your morning marijuana motivation time. My name is Mark Saint. Francis Mark Saint Arnaud the Sixth, and this is my life. I live in this jungle for another week. I've been here 6 months in Thailand, gathering my thoughts. Went on a life journey to heal myself from an abortion, and it ended with another abortion. In my story, I will tell it as honest as I can. I'd like to give people reflections so they can heal too, and also get it off of my chest so that I feel a little bit better so I can not wake up so early in the morning and I can have some understanding of this really confusing event that happened in my life and ended so tragically. And let's see if we can't find some accountability. Saints Addiction. This life is taking its hold on me. She said goodbye too many times before. My heart is breaking in front of me, but I had no choice, cause I ain't about to say anymore. Oh, oh, oh. That's what it feels like, you guys. The push and pull of obsession is a lot like addiction. I call my business Saints Addiction for a reason. Most of it's weed. We're going to go ahead and smoke some because I feel not at ease as I usually do. Thank you, birds, for chirping. Thank you, world, for spinning. And thank you, life, for giving. Please forgive me, for I have sinned, and I am no different than you or anyone else with heartbreak and my own accountability to the heartbreak. And Lord knows I just want to run and hide under a bunch of pile of weed, and I got a spliff right here. I might have to start the show off early with the motivation, but your boy had to sit there and write it down. I actually had to go get a timeline and write this shit down. I also listen to music at the night, and I probably should smoke, calm myself down because I really feel like crying. And this is going to be an extremely hard subject. So I'll get into it. I can't believe how much I cry early on the things. I mean, my heart's on my sleeve. For most men, we can never show our emotions. For most men, it's like grin and bear it. She went no contact. She didn't even tell you that she killed your baby. She didn't even tell the guy before you that she killed his baby. I knew she was a runner. I knew she was abusive, and I knew I was trying to break up with her. Here's my story. I wrote down a timeline to go through it, but first, let's get high because my emotions are a little bit all over the place. This has been a really tough breakup for me. For me to spend a whole year traveling the world to get over an abortion and for it to end on an abortion with the woman that I thought I was in love with is an absolute confusion to my soul, and it's something that I gotta get a hold of. So this morning, let's meditate a little bit more. Let's smoke a date. How do you say it? I don't know. Just
You have immense power inside of you, and all that this power requires is that you soften your critical mind and breathe life into your innate potential. So often in life, we're told that power is something that comes from outside of us, and yet the most powerful people are those that are attuned to the resources they carry within themselves. In this practice, you'll sink into sleep alongside a stream of affirmations to help you become your most powerful self. These words will work their magic on your subconscious mind, so there is nothing that you need to force into existence. Simply allow these empowered words to flow inside, transforming your mind, awakening the power that is your birthright. So take a few moments now to settle into a comfortable resting position, closing your eyes, and ground yourself through a few slow and steady breaths.
trying to breathe.
As the following affirmations enter your consciousness, feel into their vibration. And if resistance arises, breathe it out on the exhalation. Then open yourself up to the next affirmation that will continue to awaken your power. So breathe naturally, letting yourself sink into sleep whenever you're ready. I am a manifestation of universal power. I am the wonder that exists all around me. I am a creator of my reality, and the universe is ready to support my dreams. I am a powerful aspect of divine consciousness. I am attuned to all that I need. I have an abundance of power inside of me. My outer world mirrors this wealth. I am strong, empowered, and resilient. There is no obstacle too challenging for me. I am attuned to my inner wisdom. The whispers of my highest self are my guide. I choose how I respond to my environment. My power thrives regardless of conditions outside of me. I am brimming with courage and confidence. I can achieve anything that I set my mind to. I am becoming more of my true self each day. I am thrilled to be consciously evolving. I embody the strength I perceive outside of me. I become what I desire. I turn my dreams into reality. Everything I need to succeed is provided. I stand up for my highest truth. I am bold, daring, and self-assured. I am worthy of beauty, love, and success. What I believe in, I achieve. I have a positive mindset. I know that my thoughts create my reality. I am grounded and centered in my truth. I express myself with courage and confidence. I can be anyone I choose to be. The world is full of endless opportunities. I act from a place of love and trust. When fear arises, I release it with ease.
Wish I did release it with ease. these fears and anxieties have triggered something in me. When I'm watching these things, your boy didn't just sit around. I actually wrote a 3-month timeline of me dating this individual. This is the process that I went through from start to finish, from January 12th this year to April 4th this year, where we end up having a physical confrontation where I never saw her again and she went to go get an abortion. You know, for most men, when we're dating women, especially when we're falling for them, we want to believe in these things too. We want to believe that this person is right for us. We want to believe that this person has faults, warts and all. But we also, I think, each person in this is guilty of believing in love, right? Maybe it was lust, maybe it was obsession. There's a lot of different versions of this. I think for sure we were both in love with each other. This is a sad tale for those that are Romeo and Juliet, and one dies before the other, or the other one can't live without the other. This love, we know, is insane. We've seen the brave wave brain wavelengths mimic someone that's psychotic. And in my psychosis, I was getting healed. I'd been already spending a year traveling the world, mostly alone, couple sexual encounters, less than 5 on my hand, over the full year. And I was having sex before I met this individual, really good sex, but I kind of went off. The girl had a schedule, and I wasn't getting as much as I wanted, and she started hanging out more with her friends, and she thought I was coming on a little bit hot and heavy too. So we stopped having sex, and lo and behold, at a Friday Oasis party on January 12th, 2024, I see this radiant woman. She's obviously gorgeous. There's no taking any shine away from her. She's just what she is. And I sit there with her. I got to talk to her. I engage with her. Men have to hunt. I have to get the confidence to approach her, and not only approach her, but sit there with her amazing beauty and handle my own. Well, in that, red flag number one was that she was talking about her problems. I mean, I like listening to people, but for like 2 hours straight, somebody was calling her a narcissist, just broke up with her, blocked her, and her business partner wants to sleep with her, right? So she's already running from a situation. I couldn't see it because I didn't know the history. What I did notice is that she was going on and on. Like, I was just like, let's switch her up. Do you want to go dancing? I'm not a psychologist. I'm not your psychologist. I do have a psych degree, but I charge $65 an hour. Now, might seem like an asshole move, and it probably is in a way. But it's also something that I bake people off that cycle of like just talking through their problems instead of actually handling them. There's a lot of people that will overanalyze paralysis themselves. They'll just do all the fucking research to the nth degree, scrolling through Lord knows how many wormholes to discover these things. But I wouldn't necessarily say a red flag went up for me when I was dating this narcissist, but it was definitely about her. She didn't ask me where I was from, which is kind of cool because I don't don't like when people ask me that exact question. But it was little engaged in the first 2 hours that had anything to do with me at all, like at all. I'm like, let's go dancing. Let's switch it up. Let's go dancing. Went up to the tree house, had a kiss. I don't know if we took the acid before this or not, but I know I was running. I needed a belt for my shorts, so we came down. It's only about 10, 20 yards away from my house. And I just wanted to kiss her. Now, mind you, as I kissed her, she had these big old titties. I wanted to see one bust out. And next thing I know, the whole onesie drops. She's grabbing my dick, putting it between her legs, and inserting it into her. I just turned around, flat bap, right into the bed, and we went at it 3 different times, right? It was so early in the night. I just met this woman, had sex with her in the first 6 hours. First red flag, probably. I thought it was passion, but regardless, we wanted to go out in the night. I was like, let's go dancing. And we're dancing, and we're all in each other's arms and stuff like that, sweating profusely. That night, I was supposed to meet up with my now girlfriend. And she ended up rolling off with her friends and da-da-da-da-da. And I thought she had saw me with this new individual. She did not. And I thought she saw me twice, actually, with a new hot chick, right? Like, come on. And no, she didn't. She's like, I'll call you tomorrow. I'm like, oh, that was weird. Like, she didn't even notice. And as this was happening, New homegirl was like, I'm hot, I need to go to my bungalow. I'm like, we just made love. I thought you wanted to make love again. Let's solidify this. Let's just become fuck buddies. Let's keep the tempo. What ended up happening is she went home early for her air con, and we didn't even kind of say goodbye. I didn't think nothing of it. And I was thinking, woo, who's this chick? First drug overdose was that night, not having my drug, but thinking, where is my drug? And my drug's down the hill, literally right 5 minutes away. But instead of being with me and sacrificing something, she wanted her aircon, and it turned out her aircon didn't work that night. She almost came here. She almost came here, and that would have probably solidified us. In that moment, that would have solidified. Second day comes around. My friend's going to the sauna. I invite her. She's late. Could be a red flag, but hey, she wasn't prepared. She wants to come, whatever, whoop de whoop. Okay, Miss Late. In this, we kind of already started to pass each other. I was waiting with the taxi with other people waiting. And I'm like, maybe we can go pick her up. She found another motorbike guy to fly through. This is like, how did you get on a back of a bike with someone else so fast? I don't know. Seems to be her MO. Well, pretty girl, many single men. It happens on the island. So we go to the spot. It's immaculate. It's a 5-star resort. It's over the top. It's pretty much love bombing, but I didn't know it was going to be this way. I mean, I really didn't know. And we're sitting there at dinner, and she's telling me how much she loves me, or no, how much she likes me. She's really into me, and that should have been my first red flag because we just met. We just met. It's the second night out, and this is when it starts to come to an end. So she's still talking a lot about herself and her projects, her apps. I got app ideas, but I barely can get a word in, and I'm starting to feel her too. She's beautiful. How is this beautiful woman telling me that she loves me so much so soon, right? Like I'm like, roll with it. Shit, let's go with it. It wasn't like I think she's an empath and I'm a narcissist and I want to take advantage of her. When beautiful women fall in love with you, you tend to fall in love with them back. I don't think that's anything that's like unhuman or ridiculous for me to believe, but I was feeling it too. I'm like, our conversations were going good. We had so much chemistry. It's popping off. It's like a drug. I might as well be getting loaded again. This is for Saints Addiction, for anybody that's known what a cocaine pull feels like or a dopamine rush. This is what it felt like. Let's get some blessings on that. So, with this beautiful girl all night, candlelit dinner, fire show, closed down the restaurant, closed down the bar. She's tipping out the dude 500 baht just because she felt close to him. And I was like, she's pretty smart. So we get out of this place and she wants to go up this hill. This is a big deal because women need leadership. You don't want to talk about it, but they'll pick who they're going to follow. She kind of argued with me. She wanted to go uphill in the wrong direction. And I was like, no, I'm not following you. I don't follow women. That's not my MO. Was my first assertion of dominance with her, that I am the oldest where I come from, my brothers and sisters. I always walked the directions, and I actually knew where I was going. Turned into, okay, I trust you. Turned into, oh, let's go hike. At first, let's go hiking in the jungle for like an hour to go walk back in a Saturday night where it's fucking crazy on the traffic. Not cool. Definitely not cool. And then 10 minutes later, start to hyper have an anxiety attack because she wants to go home early again. Now, mind you, the night before, literally 24 hours ago, I didn't care. I was like, hey, you got aircon? I don't have aircon. It makes sense. I just met you. Go ahead, be free. No argument, not even a hug goodbye. This time I was like, what are you trying to pull? And not yelling at her and not calling her names, none of that shit. I just wanted to figure out, well, you're a runner, right? Because it takes one to know one, because I can be a runner too. So we already had our first Discord. She starts having a panic attack. I think she's crazy. I didn't think it warranted it. But in that moment, I said, just show her love. Just show her love. Show her love. I didn't know what to do, but I just met her. Just show her love. The night's been ruined by this event. So we kind of argue a little bit after. And I go, hey, I deserve somebody that's not crying after dinner. I deserve somebody that can clearly communicate with me. And in that, she pushed off on my chest, red flag, big red flag for me. It landed into my soul. And she's like, we'll talk some other time. Mind you, I didn't see her for another week. This is somebody that just showed up on a beach. If I was so abusive, if her system had kicked in and telling her not to date me or I'm not the one or panic attack, we should stop, that should have been it. Week later, she shows up. She's give her a hug. I see her on the beach and she tells me she just had some dude be all spiritual, grab her hand and put it on his dick. She's like, okay, because she's sexual, right? She's altered her body with plastic surgery. I'm now finding this out right after, another red flag. She still wanted to get things fixed. I was just like, what is going on? You're absolutely gorgeous. You look like God touched your tits and ass, gave you the best hourglass figure in the world, and it's not real. Neither is your nose, your facelift. And now you're addicted to plastic surgery because you still want to do more. And I'm like, please stop. So that was my third, fourth, fifth red flag. Within 24, 48 hours, I called it 48-hour love. I walked around telling everybody I was in love. I think I'm in love. I think I'm in love. The addiction started to kick in early. Within 48 hours, I was already addicted to crack, basically. And didn't have it before then. Not even a little bit, bro. I was doing healthy with my sex partner at the time, and being healthy and walking around and doing my own thing. I didn't feel really that thirsty for a relationship. I could easily stayed in or waited out for the one that was going on. But now I got this beautiful person in my life. She's so much energy. We're bonding at dinners. She's love bombing back, and it feels intense. But then it disappears. Then it comes back and it's really intense. She talks about, what if I kept your baby after a one night stand? Now most people would be like, I did. I was like, first of all, I didn't know we were even getting pregnant. Second of all, I just got over an abortion. She's like, third of all, I'm getting older, and I'm 38. I'm fucking running out of time to have children. I've already lost some babies, and I wouldn't do that to you. Yeah, I think you'd be a good dad. And this was the first art of manipulation from a narcissist that I can even say. Most of the time, I call her a super empath because she calls herself a super empath. I call her a dark empath because there were some traits in her that were just like not very friendly. The external, the covert part of her narcissism was just like, hey, I'm so friendly, I'm so nice of this person. On the other side, she's probably, within the first 24 hours, she already pushed off on me and had 6 different violent attempts upon me, from tapping my head at a nightclub to trying to kick my head off when she found out I was cheating on her, or B, when I switched away from her cheating on me. I should reframe this, because she did. She left on a motorcycle with somebody else after I told her I didn't want her to, with the coldest black eyes I've ever seen. No empathy, no honey, I'll be back in an hour. No, I'm with my friend. And oh, by the way, I fuck my friends. And oh, by the way, I used to be a fucking BDSM pro dominatrix for 10, 15 years. I'm wore out with sex. Now I'm using sex as a weapon. This is now your fault that you had sex with me. This was another really red flag, that I could have sex with someone and they said, you didn't respect my celibacy. Mind you, the clothes fell off. She grabbed my dick, put it between her legs, and inserted her while we were standing right here. Like this spot exactly where I'm at right now. So when you make love to somebody and they're rolling around for like 3 different times, first of all, most people stay the night. I don't know, maybe cuddle. You know, that was one of the biggest red flags. She thanked me, but then flipped the script to not thank me. The same situation happened when she had to call Norway. She needed a place that didn't look like a bungalow in a jungle, and put it on me on the day that it needed to happen. I was like, let me call my friends, see if we can't borrow your spot. Sure, you need to get your money from your government and pretend that you're in Norway so they can give you your money, right? Got you. All right, Norway, do your thing. You got a call. She's putting on scarves. We're running around, and we couldn't find a place. At the end of it, she turned to me and said, I thought you had this handled. She blamed me for her own responsibility, and I called her out of it. Wait a minute. I have my own fortitude here. I don't care how fucking hot you are. That don't make sense. You're putting the blame on me when this is your responsibility. You've known for months to be prepared, and not put it on me for something that's your responsibility. This is something that I had nothing to do with, but you tried to blame game me as if we were playing football, and you were like, man, you dropped the ball. You know what I mean? Have you ever played with somebody where they're like, man, you dropped the ball? And I'm like, that's not encouraging. And first of all, it's not my ball, it's your ball. Not my miss, you miss. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't my responsibility, it's yours. So these are red flags that are trickling down. She's made love to me already in the bungalow, left, and then all of a sudden, now she's back in my life. Now she's naked with me in full moon ceremony, and we're in the ocean, and there's a towel, and she's getting my dick hard, and she's rubbing her fake butt on my big dick, and I thought we were gonna plow town. But because of this comment of you took my celibacy, I wanted to honor celibacy, because I used to be celibate, and I was like, not only did we have sex, it confused me. these things felt like power dynamics. Like, you can't come home with me was a power dynamic. Like, I'm my own person, I need my own space, I don't even need your ass, was the first feeling that I got from her. And then two was this on and off switch of, should I or should I not give him sex, or I'm in control of sex, or he should respect my boundaries, instead of, I've already given him sex, he didn't take it, totally consensual and thanked, now becomes peak moments where I myself and all my DNA, love of my life, full moon, naked, hard on, you already know what I'm doing. And I think you're doing the same too. But that stopped me from being able to accelerate into the relationship. These blocks started to put blocks inside me, and I told her that. I said, we can't go on together with suspicious eyes, because when you start getting this feeling, or you can call them red flags, you can call it spirituality, you can call it what you want, by the time you start elevating into your own boundaries, which is something I didn't really assert. We need to be assertive and not an asshole. This is something that I'm learning from my psychology, and I'll get going through it. But I'm just going through my notes because it only took me a second to fill a whole sheet of just how bad things got with this individual. Let me think. So we were doing that little celibacy fight there. Not really a fight, but I don't think we made love under that full moon that night. Like, there was always some way to give me a dose of what I wanted and take a dose away. This is how the obsession kind of goes. You know, I could marry her, ask her to marry me, and then she would disappear for 4 days after. She can get on a motorcycle with some dude that says she's her friend, even though I've never heard this guy's name before, disappear for 4 days. Yes, she came back, and I was getting some head on this porch, on this in this chair, on this porch, so she can come get her stuff. Yes, I texted her and said, you no longer live here. You make bad decisions. I need you to go. Yes, I waited for 2 weeks while she was gone. Even though she didn't give me any sex before she left the island. We had a fight about celibacy again. Oh, I'm celibate, I'm not giving you none. And it was like, just control. And I'm like, no one controls me, man. I'm in love with my real love, and my lover doesn't control the sex that I get. In fact, now my current lover just gives it to me every which way and wants it more anyway. So it's one of those things where it was a dynamic of masculine versus feminine, push versus pull, and it starts to work in my mind, because now this person starts to come around, and now she's sleeping in my bed. She's complaining I don't have the right bed sheets. The other girl was critical too. 5:30 in the morning, I need a mosquito net, even though I don't sleep with a mosquito net. I jump over here. In the other bungalow, there was one. It was turned out to be the dirty one, but we put it up and it worked. And then I went back and I couldn't find another one. She won't sleep till I get one. Then I get one. Then the bathroom's not clean enough, and then she stormed off, saying, "You don't love me." 12:30 at night, no underwear, wearing my shirt. Bounced up out of bed, "You don't love me," and stormed off bitching about my bathroom. Now, I'm not a dirty person. This place is pretty clean. It is Thailand. It's an outdoor bathroom, but it's not that dirty, bro. Like, what I've seen in her bathrooms at her mom's house or at this hostel she was staying at, nasty. I'm talking like 20 different people shower right next to the toilet, concrete. It's nasty. It's just an outside shower, fungus, whatever you name it. To be judged and criticized by this person was another huge red flag for me. She wouldn't stop fucking talking about this stuff. It's almost like the sex work was in there. It's like, when you have the chance to be with someone that had 600 partners of some questionable background, shit that makes you feel super insecure, and then she also claims that she's poly since she was 14. I didn't did I even have sex at 14? I mean, like, the extremes were starting to be in her court. She was already trying to stay at the tempo, like, yo, I'm gonna say when we have sex, I'm going to choose if I'm going to be monogamous or polygamous. It wasn't a discussion that was open for discussion. And by the way, I have this celibacy issue because obviously I've had so much sex in my life, maybe 600, maybe 6,000 partners. I'm not quite sure because of the sex working, but I didn't want to judge it. And maybe because she's so hot, you give it a pass, but it does get in on you. You don't want to think about maybe like a forced gangbang. You don't want to think about maybe like a rape scenario in a hotel. You don't want to think about spanking dudes or having saran wrap around their head. You don't want to think about things that could be so extreme that it shudders you. It does. It shudders you. Like, who are you? She could ask me, who am I? I'm just a man that comes from Las Vegas, Boulder City, Nevada, outside of Las Vegas, that just traveled the world to heal himself, transform his whole body into an Adonis body frame. And yes, I said Adonis, and I'm a narcissist too. But I know what I did. I know that I had to get self control. I knew that I would have to get myself healed. And the only reason I think I'm even doing any of this good is because I built my body and mind up this whole year enough to take this kind of car accident, another car accident. So it's so familiar. I'm still spinning from the last abortion. This abortion feels like on same par, like I'm still on this growth, and I could let it go. Not again, not another Aquarius, not another abuse situation, not another affair, not another abortion. But it's true, I made the same mistake twice. I didn't think that I could after what happened the last time. She was like, I don't want to have this baby. So I went to Brazil, and I ended up having sex with somebody 2 weeks later that I already knew from the year before. And this one, same is true for her. 4 days later, I was having sex with someone else, getting some head from my partner from before. So the idea that I was cheating would be like I was hunting and I went to go find someone, purposely got them to sleep with me. No, this is someone I was already sleeping with. This is someone that I told her about. So I'm like, hey, I'm having really good sex with this partner. She's younger, she's more natural, and she's more nice to me. I'm gonna go have sex with her. You're supposed to be poly, and now you're having herpes breakouts or orgasm pains or whatever mental issues is going on where you can't have sex with me. I told her it wasn't fair that she forced her celibacy upon me. I hadn't planned on being celibate. Everybody has a reason. She didn't even really announce the reasons either. She never really told where she was going. She never really explained when she came back what she was doing. It was a very mysterious person. Like I said, it was like trying to marry the wind because you couldn't really understand. So as this is building up, I think the day after she kind of got some jealousy, right? I think she got a little bit of competitive anxiety because I found someone else after the head. She was crying. It was a whole full moon. She did her full moon ceremony. She was supposed to look sexy. She said she was coming up to have sex with me real quick. I don't believe it, bro. It's just too much inconsistency there. And even if she did want to come have sex with me after, I would have thought she was banging the dude for the last 4 days. Even though she was swinging on me and trying to kick my head off, I didn't sleep with him. I believe her, but I didn't trust her. And this is the big deal. It's all about trust. She wants to have the vibe with me. She kept sending me signals that she would leave me, like jumping up out of the party when things weren't even wrong. Things that had nothing to do with me having an attitude or getting physical with her or anything. Before this all escalated into a physical conflict, which she couldn't handle conflict. Panic attacks, swinging on me, and then of course at the end, trying to smash my phone out of my hands. It's all bad. So I'm trying to fix the situation after she caught me getting head. I come down to her place. I'm trying to talk to her. She's like, "Are you breaking up with me?" And I'm like, "Yeah, dude, I can't be with you. I can't build with you. Something about you it's like sand castle by the water, by the ocean. It's just gonna fade away." And she seemed kind of sad about it and manipulative, but this is me already trying to pull away from her. This is me when my friends go, stay away from this girl. Every time you're there, you get 256 messages a day, 100 messages a day. You're absorbed on your phone. Now you're not with your friends. You basically leave you leave the swimming pool, you leave the ocean, you leave your friends, and you jump in this thing with her for the next 3 hours. There were times where I didn't even want to answer the phone, right? Because I just knew I would jump into her show and it would be all about her. It's just all encompassing. So, mind you, I'm already trying to break up with this chick. And the only way I knew how to break up with her was cheat on her or be with someone else and give her a clear signal that this is over. It didn't end there. The next day, to my shock, I'm having dinner with her mom, who's just crying in front of, and her best friend, who she was just crying in front of, acting like everything was normal. It was one of the weirdest experiences in my life. I heard it was like survivor guilt or something. She made it sound like it just gave her a lapse. Her brain just couldn't take it. So she just went back to what was normal. And I thought we were cool because she's poly and could see that, I can have sex with other people and still love her. And my love for her didn't diminish. This wasn't like a narcissism moment. I wanted her all along, but I also wanted her not to leave on motorcycles with other dudes, bro. Like, that's just what it is. And then for her to want to come around that night, I think we had sex that night or the night after. Like, she wasn't going to lose. And yeah, weird. I think I asked her to marry me the day after I got caught with infidelity, and none of that in my head thought I was a narcissist or I was trying to manipulate her. I just thought she had come to a fold. We had come together. We just had sex. Let's fix the topic. You left me with another dude. I left you for another girl. We're even, right? I was just like, let's cut the bullshit. Maybe we're just two pretty people trying to compete, saying how many side pieces we can get. And I didn't want to do the 3-piece and a soda. I thought it was a bad idea and would breed contempt. It would breed misunderstanding, and eventually, guess what it did? It bred jealousy and misunderstanding, and the lies started to mount. So I'm trying to get rid of this chick. She's she had already left the island for 2 weeks. I'm like, I'm in love with somebody that's far away. I don't know what she's doing. Bumps of ketamine, drinking kratom, drinking at the fucking ladyboy bar, spending way too much money, right? Right. So she's doing all the weirdy, freaky things with her best friend. He's supposed to be gay. I think that they didn't sleep with each other. All my friends think that they're sleeping with each other. She's supposed to sleep with her friends. I don't think they slept together. I don't. I think they're just friends. But the threat of it is the weird part. You know what I mean? It's like if the shoe fits, you ought to wear it. Too much confusion with it. I know you're hypersexual. So when I call and you're down there and I'm thinking you're with your old business partner who you slept with a month before me talking about celibacy, I spit out the lies. There's a lie in it. You're not celibate. I was celibate for a year and a half. Not every month I was celibate for a year and a half and I had sex with someone every month. I had no sex life. And here you're supposed to be just business partners, but he's paying for your trip. He's meeting your mom and he's sleeping with you. Not maybe just once, maybe it was pity sex, but you're pulling down the draws and letting him hit it. You're pulling up the draws, not letting me hit it. And I don't know if he's still hitting it. Like it was tough for me to trust her with other men. And even after the fact this happened, right? Like we're at the dance floor. It's our first time actually being in a nightclub. Her friend's getting her inebriated, even though I'm a non-drinker. She's drinking right in front of me. She starts to have my just listen, and she's being kind of violent and rude. She comes up, sits next to me, and go, "Can I go dance with your friend?" Mind you, it's my buddy with his shirt off, just all like this, all on ecstasy pills, and I was just like, "What the fuck?" Not only did you just run off and break my heart and shatter our dreams right in front of me, that you would leave me, leave our kids at any moment, hop on the back of a Harley with another man. She'll never take accountability for this move, but now you want to dance with other men? What the fuck is wrong with you? And I end up yelling at her one time. He sleeps with 3 hookers a night. You know, you're trying to dance with my friend. What if he thinks you're trying to sleep with them? What kind of confusion is that? You're causing so much confusion and narcissism in me, where it's only about you, or he's your friend. And in Norway, we go off on motorcycles with people. And in Norway, we dance with our friends or our friends' friends. And I'm like, no, don't entice my friends to think that my girlfriend is now their girlfriend. Or all my friends can see you down the street happy with your hands wrapped around someone else's waist. Bro, that's exactly what ended up happening anyway. She ended up hitchhiking, finding some dude, ran off with him, and now she found her next soulmate. Is it not enough that she told homeboy a month before that she loved him? That she told me she loved me, I'm her soulmate, and then a month after, the next dude's her soulmate. It was bananas. The 1, 2, 3 effect. 3 different abortions, one after the other every year. Me, well, it's another guy. It could be it. And I left her at a fucking thing. We were I didn't know she was coming into the restaurant. She's like, "Are you following me?" I'm like, "No, dude. You just had your headphones on, and I know what you look like. Haven't seen you in about 2 weeks, but I still remember you. You know, or it's been 2 weeks of knowing you." And when we sitting there at the restaurant, I'm like, "What do you want? You're playing too many games. Like, I'm confused by you. Do you want to go off with this Mo dude? Do you want to marry Mo, build an empire, and have his babies? No. Do you want to build an empire with Mark and have his babies and build an empire? No. Okay. Do you want to go home and be a cat lady in Norway and do your own thug bizzle? Yes. Okay. Have a blessed day." I got right up and walked away from her and spent another couple days just thinking about it. Like, who is this chick? What game is she trying to play? Me pulling away from the sex, me pulling away from the obsession, and me getting some clarity because I just didn't understand what the fuck was going on. I'm an all-in kind of guy, and this person was like, "I'm an INFJ. I need more time. I need more sleep. I need more excuses." And it was starting to ratchet up the confusion. You know, I'm only with you turned out to I'm only on motorcycles with other dudes, or I'm extremely sexual, but I'm gonna be celibate with you. Or the what else did we do? What else did we do? The getting physical with me. It's a huge red flag. I know with my girl now, she would never put hands on me. There's some girls that don't incite violence. They don't react that way. They might shut down, they might cry. That might be a normal woman's reaction. but getting handsy. She didn't seem to, maybe it was the BDSM in her or whatever, but she didn't seem to mind getting with a 200-pound guy like she was going to wrestle the phone out of my hand. I'm like, no, you ain't gonna about to smash my property, bro. You ain't gonna about to out wrestle me neither, and you're definitely not about to headbutt me. I put her in one of these side locks like this, real quick, like, yo, calm the fuck down. What are you gonna do? Hit me? If a woman's asking you that, gentlemen, that means you're being incited to violence. That means you need to get far away from this person because they're going to get you arrested. They're going to try to call and say, I was trying to stalk them, even though she was like, come here, come talk to me. I never went there in a stalking, I'm sitting outside the window moment and go, are you there yet? Are you there yet? No, no, no. Each time was to check on my baby, bring some prenatal vitamins, try to communicate with this individual that didn't seem to want to do it. So let's see, we got the abuse, kick my head off. Yeah, got me to get violent with her. Another narcissistic trait would be that they didn't like it to end that way. So it was already over, right? We already tried to get married. I ordered a sky lounge. I was going to propose to her, spend 10, 20,000 baht. Didn't matter to me. I'm getting married. Got a private taxi, and she's complaining the whole way, bro. She just can't find her happy. She was bitching the night before. I'm trying to get the wedding ring. The lady gave away my wedding ring to her friend at the bar because I was hemming and hawing too much. And I was like, if that's not a sign I'm not supposed to get married, I don't know what is. Maybe it was her walking away from me. Came to the airport, knew I had an important business meeting to make a lot of money, and she's popping 7 or 8 different pills. I couldn't even tell. And just to make sure, when she finally passed out on the bed, I'm looking at her music was playing. I went to go turn off the music and I could see the messages. I'm like, did she die on me? Like, did she only take 6, 5, maybe 7, 8 different benzodiazepines? Is that what I'm watching? You know what I mean? Like, this is a lot, bro. Like, I was like, can I have one? And she was like, don't take them away from me. And I was like, I wasn't going to take them away from you, bro. I wanted to make sure, what are you taking? Lorazepam or something? My mom takes it. So it's just a calm you down type drug. But fuck, man. 8 of them could have been a suicide attempt and I didn't know. In the messages, I also saw that she told the other dude she loved him. She only said once, love you too. But like, you know what I mean? Like, manipulation. Sitting in the sunset, we were all picking up, and this was my first reaction because remember, we couldn't hold hands because Mo might find out, and this guy's on this island, and his poor feelings are getting hurt. So she's already playing double the sides, guys. If you can't hold hands in public, you're already with a player. She's a pimp. I might have done that in my past too, right? So with this situation, we can't hold hands. He gets to go to the dinner with her for her birthday. I didn't end up going to the birthday. She wanted to come down here with him and dance with him in my city, in my beach in front of me. And I thought that would just breed jealousy. And she's like, I don't want to make him jealous. She's trying to talk him off at the sunset. I'm picking up trash. Magic is happening. People are starting to come around me. I was just by myself picking up trash, and 8 different people started to help me pick up trash right in front of her while she stared off on the phone talking to the other guy, talking him down. Instead of being with me, instead of being in front of the sunset, she was monkey branching away from me, letting him go and coming towards me. Eventually, she would monkey branch away from me to someone else. This is the MO of narcissism. You almost always have to have a backup because, well, we burn people out. I didn't have a backup. I just went backwards. I was like, I'm going to what was working before. I can't handle this amount of drama. I could handle somebody that was objective and could stop being aggressive and start to be constructive and take themselves out of the situation and say, man, this don't make no sense, man. You barely know this girl. Now you're trying to marry her. Well, now I'm not marrying her. She left me at the hotel. Didn't even say goodbye. I'm in the bathtub, door wide open. Didn't think I'd ever see her again. I stopped chasing her then. This is what happens when you break up with a narcissist. They will find a way to come back. I was in that airport asking her, but what if you're pregnant? Like, we got to work on this shit. I'm not. I'm out of here. I'm not healed. Fucking just, nah. And I'm like, okay, you're not healed. You left. Bye, Felicia. Didn't think I'd see her again. Next thing I know, my phone starts to ring a ding ding. Why is it ringing? Oh, because someone has missed their period. No fucking way. Now, mind you, we had sex after I started having sex with Michelle, and I don't have sex with them all the time, but it becomes confusing. But I can tell if it was my baby because she left with someone else. Everybody's, what's the big deal of her having a male friend? It's not a big deal. You just tell, hey, I'm gonna have a ride, I'll be back. Not a big deal. No, no. Now we can't ensure paternity. Who's the father? Is it me or Tony? Is it Mark or Tony? I don't know. Was there another dude? I don't know. Sexual history is a mystery. There's too many dudes. One partner has 600, maybe 6,000 partners, and exchanges sex for money, and treats sexual things as a transaction. And the other one only has 6 partners. I'm her 6th partner, like, ever in her life. At 30 years old, one's 38, one's 29, 10 years difference. I saw the difference of dating, what dating was like. One that is younger, natural titties, big old 36 triple D titties, like nothing is plastic on her, especially her personality. So when I'm telling you that one of these girls asked me, how are you? Which one do you think it is? The obsession of this other person that I have and had, I'm working on it, right? Because it doesn't just go away, but it was like an obsession. It was like a drug. It was like, oh man, she's so hot. I got to have my drug. Where's my cocaine? I'll find it. I'll go paddle in the middle of the bay to catch up with her because she's on a paddleboard to make sure everything's okay. She wouldn't ever give enough information to actually talk. She would never sit there and go point for point on the conversation. She was always a mystery. It was easier to talk about tarot cards or astrology or distract with the next drama so you can't concentrate on the trauma before. There's trauma happening all these times. None of them are getting talked about. None of them are getting established. No apologies are being made. So this is how I started to figure it out. Wouldn't be on a relationship on Facebook. Even though she was a sex worker, she was embarrassed by me interviewing sex workers. So when I was watching faceless porn and going to the AVN Awards and interviewing if porn stars believed in real love or money, this is what ended up happening. I ended up finding out that she wouldn't add me on Facebook, even though she had a stigma book coming out and about sex workers and the shame. She's like, oh, I got such a Muslim family. I don't want them to know. So there was a duality there. There was this life that I lived, that I have Muslim family. They don't know I spank people for a living. Foot fetish, you name it. Asphyxiation, you name it. Weird shit, bro. Like extreme shit. I love my sex. We film, we do faceless porn. It's bombastic, but it's the regular 3 positions you do, missionary doggy style, and maybe on the side. You know what I mean? Like, there aren't that many positions left. And I mean, I think we all think that we're porn stars, but this one was like, make sure our sex doesn't get boring, like, within the first week. And I'm like, what sex life? You keep cutting me off. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't, I was still waiting for the full day that we could just do a full fuck session, that we were just so into each other. She's posting something like, my body's not a hotel. I'm like, your body used to be a hotel. This is what's going on. So, no sex on the full moon. Gossip, trying to always feed back gossip from the Thai people, telling me I can't walk around without my shirt, even though I've been doing it for 15 years and it's a beach and who gives a shit. Thai people don't like that. That starts to be the criticism. She's a very critical person. She started to feed the stuff in there, like, why do you have tabs open? All up in my business, even though I had my business handled. People are talking bad about you in town. The people that trust, that let you stay here for free, you can't trust them. They're saying this, they're saying that. The gossip was only negative. It didn't come back if it had gloriousness to it. I never heard a compliment, even though I do have some friends. The celibacy game, we did that. Didn't want to be seen with anyone. Told you about that. Not healed. I'm not healed. She's like, do you want to heal? We're fucking on the, after I paddled after her, we're on this beautiful beach. It's kind of raining. It's just us. She's on top of me, kissing me. We're touching our feet. We're having romantic moments and trying to get together. And it was a nice day. It was a beautiful day. But she got up and said, do you want to heal? I didn't realize how much healing she needed. I feel like I was on my healing journey. I'd already traveled a year for all the way through Europe, being with friends, and finally made it to this beautiful woman, and it's happening. It wasn't happening. It wasn't going to happen, because even after that night, when it was time to go sleep together, after we spent the whole day together, even then she didn't solidify. She pulled away. Maybe it was a herpes breakout. Maybe it was some psychological thing. Maybe it was the self-control. Maybe it was her vibe. Either way, if a girl's playing games with you like this, you're out of control and she's in control. And that's what I felt with this person. Because she was a dominatrix, she wanted to be dominant. Even though she was attracted to me and I'm masculine, my beard and my muscles, she didn't want me to be the man. When say things go, all of a sudden it was the patriarchy. All of a sudden I'm going to be barefoot and pregnant and having your babies and taking care of you. It was such a piss poor attitude. I've been taking care of myself for 44 years. You don't take care of shit around here. You barely made the bed. You didn't even scrub the toilet that you said you were going to scrub. This bathroom that was so dirty, you're going to come back and clean it to Sarah standards, right? The audacity of the narcissist that they have these standards and you'll never make it up to their standards. You'll never be skinny enough. You'll never be happy enough. You never have a bit longer, big enough dick. There was always something of criticism there. And I'm not that very critical, but I wanted to be like, oh yeah, well you got scars under your ears, and I can see the scars in your head from your facelift, and sure you look amazing, your tits look perfect, and your ass looks perfect, but is it plastic or is it fat? I'm not quite sure. What they sucked it out of your back and injected it back in. You used to inject your lips. Hold on a second. That's not your nose. We're having a child, and I have no idea what the child's nose is going to look like because you don't look like what you were born like. It's fucked, bro. And this is what happens when dating a narcissism. And if she doesn't want to believe she's a narcissist, why did you go get plastic surgery on your sexual parts? Why do you entice men through sexuality? Why do you have financial slaves? Why do you have pay pigs? Why do you treat men in transactional form? And then when it's time to meet a real man that says, yo, I'm not doing that. I'm not going in that direction with you. This is the way to go. And I like that you're pulling shit. I'm calling you out on having oh, I like that you call me out on my bullshit. It's like you're pulling a lot of bullshit. You shouldn't be crying because you want to go home early. You should be crying like that, a panic attack, if your dog got ran over by a car, or what's a good thing for a panic attack, or you're surrounded by too many people. It was just us two, and we weren't even arguing. It was just the end of a beautiful night, but she freaked the fuck out. So this is like mental instability right off the bat, physical violence right off the bat, and a control with sex. A game manipulates, weaponizing sex is something I don't do. I do not negotiate with terrorists. If this is your deal, I will go gladly find it with somebody else. And I told her that, and I was forthright with her. She's like, I know you're gonna have to go get yours. And I was like, okay, I thought we had an understanding, but apparently you didn't. So, yeah. Oh, the ex, she was so in love with this dude crying in the ocean. Oh, I can't believe I can't leave his family. I love him so much. Da, da, da. And I'm like, go back to him. If you love him so much, if he communicates with you so well, you want to leave me at the airport? Why are you here with me? Oh, because he's a married man with two baby mamas. So he's got kids, a family, and another chick that he got pregnant. And now you were about to be the third baby mama in a row. You're not only just the what do you call it? I think she just wanted to call herself Polly. She was the side bitch, bro. She was the mistress. This dude could bang her out on OnlyFans, get her in outfits, do all the nasty and dirty, use her for sex. I've seen the text messages. All of them do. Because when you build your sexuality, when you build your trap off of sexuality, guess what ends up staying? Only sexual people, right? She's trying to find dudes that just want her for her, and hopefully she has, right? But I'm trying to explain to you, us as guys, we tend to bond through sex, and if it's one of those things like it's just a handshake, it doesn't feel very real. So when you're going through these situations, or you're starting to feel like you're dating a narcissist, or you're so confused by what's going on, it leaves your head spinning, it leaves your self-esteem spinning. At the end of the day, you start wondering what the fuck you did in the first place. You're like, how did this even fucking happen? How did the last 3 months of my life turn into an abortion, turn into physical violence, turn into arguing and fuck yous in the morning? I can tell you right now, I don't wake up in the morning screaming fuck you. I can't remember the last time someone told me that, dude. And I'm like, is this what I'm looking forward to? Is this the wife I wanted to marry? Is this the life I want to live? And why aren't you happy? Again, can you find your happy? These people will never be happy because of perfectionism. Me too. It drives me insane. It's like things aren't perfect. Okay, the bathroom's not clean. Not time to storm out. Okay, you know what I mean? Okay, you want to be Polly? Then don't leave me without explaining things. And better yet, what's the real facts about our communication? How come I feel not safe around you? It's easy. She was like, I feel safe around you. I was like, cool, I'm finally working on my safety. You are safe around me. Till you try to attack me, till you try smashing my phone out of me and wrestling with me, then I got a problem with it. It doesn't work for me. And that's what I had to learn. I had to learn for things that didn't work for me. I had to get my old sense of sensibility. Like, wait a minute, I've done a lot in my life. I've started a weed magazine. I threw a weed festival. I have a weed brand. I'm doing things with my life. Let's smoke a little more weed because my nerves are shot. But Nothing makes you feel more unsteady. You're like, where do I stand with you? Usually women are completely sexual with me. They're like, I want it all the time. You're not giving it to me enough every drop to here's some, there's some, maybe some, let's fuck in the bathroom, let's fuck behind the bathroom. I think that's when she got pregnant. And now I spend every day at Oasis looking at where we met, where we kissed, where we dreamed, where we fucked, where we partied. And it sinks into me. I have to sit with it, you guys. I have to sit on the other side of my narcissism too and go, okay, Mark, maybe you're being too controlling. You definitely, you too much control, too much not letting her be free. I'm not that type of person. I'm an earth sign. She's an air sign. We were too fixed in our signs in the first place. Maybe that's the key too, gentlemen. Maybe we don't need to identify any narcissist at all, just what our red flags are. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit, there's a hippie. Hey, oh, you're leaving. She's leaving. The hippie's leaving the country. I'm gonna say goodbye. Come on. Come on, kid. Let's say goodbye. You're gonna get your coffee. The way you should be. You know? Let me know when you get that safe. Yeah, just start safe. And then when you get home safe, and then we'll picture the snow. No snow. No snow. No snow. No snow. Hey, you'll be all right. Go get your coffee, kid. Glad to meet you. We'll see you. Next week's me. Oh, man. That's it. Right? And that's the end of her journey. So I met a new friend, and it's been nice to sit with someone that also has a traumatic events happen. And I got to see her golf this morning. But to sit there and to go over it in my head, replaying it over and over and obsessing about it, what really comes down to, gentlemen, is that you're going to have to find somebody that works for you. Maybe it's their tarot cards, maybe it's their sign, maybe it's their character. You won't even know. Maybe two people weren't supposed to be together, even though as much as they loved each other or as much as they lusted or obsessed about each other. It might never be enough. Communication is a huge critical part of these these relationships, and if it don't fit, it ought to quit. And that's what ended up happening. It all quit. It just dissolved right in front of me. It left me very confused, very sad, and very broken. And it just added another abortion to my story. So my chapter ends with someone that didn't even tell me. I mean, I had to go through a 5-hour fucking full moon ceremony just to get her to take the pregnancy test. Wasn't happy after it. Woke up in the morning yelling at me because I put a fan on her. Just abusive. Right? Bring me medicines. And here's how I'm giving you medicine, money, and a fucking orange juice like you asked, and you were just rude to me. Just so fucking rude to me. Just dismissive, like that's it. Or not just that's it, but just, no, thank you. I'm sorry I yelled at you. None of that. It was just constant abuse. And maybe she was ratcheting it up to scare me away, to scare herself into the abortion, waiting to incite me to pick violence out of me. I mean, that could be a possibility. I don't put it past her, but she already calculated that I'm not the guy for her, or maybe she found the other guy already. But none of it was de-escalating. None of it was okay. Hey, let me just say sorry for yelling at you for having a fan on me. I'm like, I was trying to do something nice with you. We didn't sleep together or anything. You think after we find out you have a baby, we all get to sleep together. No, it just woke up with 17 fucking messages about her boobs being swollen, everything going wrong, her life is gone, her body's no longer her own, her future dreams are shot, all these things, instead of just saying sorry. Sorry I yelled at you. How are you? How do you feel? What are we going to do with this baby? No, it's came out with a pen and pad. It costs 35,000 euros to have a baby in Norway. Do you have the money? And I'm like, yes. And she was like, okay, then I'm going to go have this baby in Norway. And then walked in the house and slammed the door. This is the amount of communication I got from a narcissist about my own child and my future baby. No help at all. Like, just super rude, all about the money, didn't give a fuck about my feelings, and eventually killed my baby anyway. So all those guys are out there dating narcissists. If she's had abortions before, she'll kill her baby again. So she's a murderer. I don't give a fuck. I said it to her face. It was the last thing I ever said. You're a murderer, because I knew you would. You would kill your own child. Your own child, not just me. You can hate me all you want, but the lives inside you, different times, This is what it's like to date a narcissist. This is what it's like to be on the other side of narcissistic abuse. And you can see it ain't pretty, and I'm gonna have to live with it. It's with my life again. The thing she promised me she would never do has happened, and now I gotta live with it, and that's my morning motivation. So for all those that are healing from narcissistic abuse, no, you too can leave too. I'm glad she ghosted me or not contacted me. It was a horrible way to do it. Didn't even warn me that she was going to do it. Did it basically 2 days after my birthday, and probably on my birthday, just to despite me. That's what narcissists do. Maximize the pain, maximize the smear campaign. This is no ways a smear campaign. This whole week's been about me learning about my narcissism and healing and talking to my psychologist. I have another week here on this beautiful island. The sun's coming up over the top. It's time to get it. I'm gonna live it. This is I'm trying to absorb it. This morning peace in the forest, rainforests, and fresh air and fresh water. It's been a blessing, you guys. So go be a blessing, not a lesson, not a stressing, and go be a saint and not a sinner, because Lord knows we need more people that are. I think we all have it in her. I don't even think she has it in her. I just think we need to find it, the person that brings it out of us more, instead of the person that's going to hurt us more. And heal over hurt is a mostly saints shirt. So that's my show. If you got anything out of it, comment below. Peace and love. And as always, Chigathon. That means goodbye, but not forever in Finnish. And I will see you on the other side as soon as you like, share, subscribe. The other side of fear, the other side of the world, the other side of your excuses, but the other side of healing. Let the healing begin. Peace. I'm out. Thanks for watching.